Welcome to Atlanta Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for Aries for the month of July 2023. So welcome Aries. So you are in your fourth house, which is the house of house and home. It's all about the home. It's all about spending a bit more time there, wishing to spend time there and spending time in your home, doing all sorts of things, rearrangements or refurbishments, all that kind of thing is centered around house and home. We are in the sign of Cancer, so the element is water. Okay, let's begin. We have the Seven of Wands for your energy around today, this next 4 weeks. So the Seven of Wands talks about stopping and looking back over achievements of recent times. And because we'll be in the 7th month of the year, it's a good time to sort of look back on that first half really and see how we've been going. Celebrate the great things that have happened, focusing on the positive things, trying not to be too competitive about what you haven't done, because there's still another 6 months or 5 months really left to go. Okay, so we are looking back on achievements and we are looking at how far we have come. Where you are right now, Aries, is Judgment. So the Judgment card is a very strong, powerful major arcana card, so it carries great weight. So with Judgment, it's the karmic debt that has been paid. So whatever has been happening, you have paid off that debt to that person or that situation, whichever the case may be. So it's a very powerful card. So it allows you to sort of just finish that there and then have a clean slate to move on with this Judgment card. It heralds a new phase in your life as well. So everything is done and dusted and finished in relation to the Judgment card and the karmic debt. So your debt is paid. So let's see what has influenced this to come in for you this month. And let's see, and it will also influence, as you well know, the rest of the cards in the reading. Four of Cups. Four of Cups. Emotions. So the Four of Cups talks about when we look at things and our life and our emotional life, our relationships, and we feel like there's got to be more than this. So it can actually be a bit of a downer, this card, in terms of we've got everything we actually need and want, but we still want more. However, sometimes when the Four of Cups comes in, we have to sort of just, I guess, meditate upon that and think, well, what more do I actually need emotionally? And it can be too with the breakup of a relationship or the parting ways of a relationship. It can be that dissatisfaction, especially towards yourself, but there's no need to be like that. You just have to sort of move on through it and really look at the good things that you got and that you learned from that situation, from this Four of Cups. It will be around in this emotional time of Cancer. It will be lingering, but try not to worry and just try to sort of focus on, you know, what's going to come next in terms of how that Four of Cups made you feel. There's always improvement to be done, isn't there? So fear not, Aries. It will be fine. Look at the good stuff. Look at what you have got. Let's have a look at May, June, the time of Gemini, what was going on in the background. And it still carries some weight now. The Eight of Cups. You're walking away from a relationship. So this kind of really, that explains the Four of Cups, doesn't it? So naturally that's a bit of an adrenaline dump there with the emotions. So you have indeed recently walked away from a relationship that's not really yielding. It's not, it's come to its end, in a manner of speaking. There, however, is more to come with it. We don't know what that is yet, but you have decided, actually, Aries, just to have a bit of a holiday from it, walk away and just do your own thing for a little bit and just let it sit. Let it just be, because obviously there's two people involved in this. So therefore we just have to separate ourselves from it and feel your own feelings, and the other person, well, it's up to them, whatever they're going to do. We don't know. Recent influences. And we have the stability and the fabulousness of the 10 of Pentacles, or the 10 of Coins. So it's just saying you're actually sort of very grounded at the moment. Things are going well. It's about family. It's about how you see yourself, quite grounded. Finances are fine. Everything else in that sort of sphere of the Pentacles, which is our day-to-day job. It's our life. It's how we run our life. It's, how we deal with our routines, is pretty good for you. So that's a nice card to sort of have as that backup, especially with this emotional stuff going on here with the 8 and the 4 of Cups. So you are indeed grounded. So we'll see what comes next and what is the lesson that you'll be learning, Aries. The 2 of Cups. Wow. So the soulmate card. Very interesting. So it is asking you to really look at that soulmate situation that's there. Maybe there's somebody else coming through for you. Maybe this previous relationship was just a preamble to what you need now. So it's an interesting card to reflect on, I guess, if you have, as these cards are sort of indicating, there is some sort of separation that has occurred, and there is a disappointment attached to it naturally. But then we have the lesson being the 2 of Cups, so the soulmate energy. Maybe you have paid your debt to that soulmate. Maybe now things are null and void. And maybe we have to wait for the next round, if you like, with the 2 of Cups. So that's a bit more positive than just being miserable about it. It's about trying to look at it in terms of sometimes we just get to spend certain amounts of time with certain people, and then we pay back. We pay off our karmic debt, and then it's time for us to move forward to the next stage. So a very interesting lineup we've got for you so far, Aries. Let's have a look at going into the near future. And we have the Tower. So the Tower just tells us that, yes, indeed, that was is now null and void. That structure of the Tower, as you can see, it's on fire. It's a bit rickety. That has collapsed. So it is a time of just saying, okay, there's no more resurrection to be done here. I just need to get rid of the debris and build again. So because you've actually, I feel, Aries, you've sort of, that relationship is it's outlived itself. There's too many sort of cracks in there at the moment. And so the Tower just tells us time to get rid of it completely and build something new. Which is daunting in a way, Aries, but then in another way it's a good sign that you've done everything possible has been done, but there is not really, you need to move on to the next phase, basically. With a clean slate, once again, with the Tower you actually get that clean slate because that Tower has gone. Okay, let's see what's happening that you're not realising. The 9 of Cups. So many cups, Aries. Oh, overwhelmed by them. So the 9 of Cups is the wish card. So this gives you the hope to say, well, yeah, okay, that tower's gone. It's been bulldozed to the ground. It's obliterated. But I still have this wonderful wish card of the Nine of Cups where I can rebuild again, learning, you know, taking what you learned from that previous relationship into new. So seeing your part in it too. So it's a really nice card to have. But you're not sort of realising that at the moment, which is obvious why. But it does give you that nice glimmer of what's to come next. Let's see how others see you. The Wheel of Fortune. Beautiful card. So very much good luck. Destiny. Very interesting. Very much in a point you are in your destiny. This is what was meant to happen. Expansion and growth as well. So the Wheel of Fortune only comes up it comes up rarely, but when it comes up, especially, you know, as you've seen with this relationship ending, now it's just encouraging you to say, well, this is your time for growth and expansion now. You can move on quite happily to say that that destiny with that other relationship has now been paid off and you don't need to go back there again. So good luck, and it's a beautiful card. It's one of the better cards, one of the best cards, I would say, of the whole tarot. Let's see what you're feeling positive about. The Hanging Man. So you're just going to cruise along, hanging upside down. No struggle involved in getting up the right way. Looking at the world from a different perspective. Reorganising your routines, etc. Just going with the flow, basically. Learning patience. And just being you and acknowledging that, yeah, I'm here, but I'm meant to be here. And I will just cruise along for the moment. I will cruise along hanging upside down and looking at the world from a different perspective for now, which is positive. And this is how you're feeling about matters at the moment. Now we'll go to the final outcome. And we get the Queen of Pentacles. So this is your house and home queen. This is you sort of feeling quite significantly better by the time we're crossing over into the Leo time. I think about the 22nd of July. So feeling very much at home, feeling good, getting on with your stuff at home, having friends over for dinner, all that, just enjoying cooking and being there with your friends and the people that sort of lift you up, the positive people, and they love to come to visit you. So it's a very nice card. She is the nurturer, the Queen of Pentacles. She's very grounded. She knows very well how to look after people and just generally keep her feet on the ground. So I think it's a really wonderful card for you to end up with, especially after this emotional sort of cups energy that's sort of rifling through your reading. Now, the oracle cards. I have these new oracle cards that I bought recently on my trip to the UK, and I bought them in the wonderful town of Glastonbury, which is also known as the old scene of the mythical place of Camelot. So I'm just learning these, so I'm just going to put on this Two of Cups, I'm going to put an oracle card, and we'll just see about this soulmate energy here. I will be reading it though, I'll just let you know, because I'm learning these cards. So we have the Swan. The Swan, number 12. Beautiful card. I do remember a bit, I've learned a bit about her. This card represents a transformation from one state to another, from an ugly duckling to a beautiful swan. This signals a period of growth that will ultimately be life-changing. The Swan says that you may change so much that you may not recognise yourself in the end. Most important, it's time to honour and love this change within yourself, and then only the most beautiful reflection will shine back at you from the mirror. The swan says, dive in. You will love who you become. It also reminds you that you need to trust your intuition and psychic gifts to guide you as you go through the process of wonderful ultimate change. Beautiful, Aries. Thank you so much for listening, and I wish you a great month. Just go with the flow. Thank you so much for listening, as usual.